readers! Today we're going to be doing lesson 44, where we learn that the grapheme, or the two letters, C and K, spell the sound K. Welcome to day one of our lesson. We'll start out today with talking about our new concept. Then, after that, we'll do some phonemic awareness practice, practice our visual drills, do our auditory drill, and we'll finish up with our blending drill.
Phonics connects sounds and symbols, unlocking code increasingly nimble. Like wings for words, it'll lift you high. With every sound you soar, you fly.
So let's get started with our new concept. I made this picture for you, and we're going to learn a little bit more about what they're doing in this picture and why it's important to the sound K. Now, you've learned a few lessons back that the sound K can be made by the letter C, like in the beginning of the word cat, K, at, or by the letter K, like in the beginning of the word key, K, E, key. Now, here's a new piece of information for you to know. When you hear the sound K at the end of a word, like in the word duck, and that K comes after a short vowel, like in the word duck, you spell that K sound with a C and a K. So again, when you hear a short vowel sound and then a K sound coming at the end of that word, you can assume it will be spelled with CK, making the K sound. And I put this image here to help make it linked in your mind, to sort of glue it in there. We've got luck, our little luck clover, and a duck, a luck duck. Here's another way to help you remember the CK sound. So here's my two guys. I have my C and my K, and at the bottom it says C and K pick a black truck with a duck. All right, can you say that with me? C and K pick a black truck with a duck. What's the sound you hear through that whole sentence? I keep hearing the sound K, K, K. Why? Because C and K, when they're teamed up together at the end of a word, make the sound K. So C and K, when they're teamed up, we call that a consonant digraph. A digraph means two letters that are working together to make one sound. And we have the C and the K doing that as a team. Here's two examples of seeing that C and K at the end of the word, which is really the only spot we're going to see it, in the words rock, rock, and the word truck, truck, truck. So now you know three ways to make the K sound. We can make it with the C by itself, we can make it with the K by itself, and we can make it with the CK digraph. CK can team up with all of our vowels and their short vowel sounds to make a sound that we can use in a word. So ACK, ack, ECK, ek, ICK, ick, OCK, ock, UCK, uck. And let's practice using those in a bunch of different words. When A and C come together, we get ack. So let's read these ack words. We have black, quack, quack, pack, and snack. Did you notice? They all rhyme because they all end in ack. Let's read them again. Black, quack, pack, snack. When E and CK come together, we get ek. So let's read these ek words. We have ek, deck, fleck, neck, and peck. Let's read them all together. Deck, fleck, neck, and peck. When I and CK come together, we get ick, ick. But it doesn't always make an icky word. So we get the words brick, kick, quick, and trick. Let's read them all together. Brick, kick, quick, and trick. When O and CK come together, we get awk. So we have our awk words. We have block, clock, rock, and sock. Read them with me. Block, clock, rock, and sock. And finally, when U and CK come together, we get words that end in uck. So for example, we have buck, luck, stuck, and truck. Read them with me. Buck, luck, stuck, and truck. Do you remember the way we learned to make the k sound with our mouth and with our voices? So the way we make the k sound is it happens in the back of our mouth. You have your tongue at the back of your mouth, and it's a stop sound, meaning we can't stretch it. So our voice is off for this sound. So remember, we are going to go k, 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 and we will feel that in our throats, but we're not going to feel it vibrating because it is an unvoiced sound. So k, k, k. And we are using our tongue in the back of our mouth. Can you do it with me? K, k, k. As a way to help you remember the CK Digraph, I made you this poster and this coloring page. This contains that helpful sentence, C and K pick a black truck with a duck. And it helps remember that C and K together make what sound? They make K. So you can find this to download in the link below in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. It's time now to head over to see Blenda and Siggy for our phonemic awareness practice.
It's time to blend some phonemes with Blenda, the blender bot. Please blend each sound that I tell you. Then say the words you got. Then say the words you got. It's time to blend some phonemes.
We are going to do some blending today, but we're going to do it in a slightly new format, and let's just give it a try and see. Sometimes I like to experiment to see how I'm going to show you something. So today's an experiment, and let's see how it goes. Our first phoneme is going to be p, I, k, p, I, k. Let's blend it together. P, I, k. Pick. The word is pick. Tap them out on your fingers. P, I, k, pick. The word is pick. All right, let's do another one. The next phoneme, we're going to start out with the sound D. K, D, k. Da, k, duck. The word is duck. Let's tap it out. D, k, duck. The word is duck. All right, let's do another one. Here we go. First sound, k, l, I, k, k, l, I, k, cl, I, k, click. The word is click. Tap it out on your fingers. K, l, I, k, click. The word is click. And for our last one, here we go. First sound is B. L, A, K, B, L, A, K, bl, A, black, black. The word is black. Let's do it on our fingers. B, L, A, K, black, black. Excellent blending.
Hey there, Siggy, how you doing today? You're an expert segmenter and you love to play. Miss Gardner, tell us a word and let's all listen close. Then we'll say each phoneme our practice really shows. Hey!
The first word that we're going to segment is rock. Rock. So let's take it and stretch it out. Rock. Rock. What are the three phonemes you hear? Rock. Snap them back. Rock. Now let's tap those phonemes on our finger. Rock. Rock. We got our first one, and oh, you rock. What a coincidence. Our next word is the word, let's flop it around so it's a little bit different. The word is luck. 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 I hear 3 phonemes. What are they? Luck. Luck. The word is luck, and luck has 3 phonemes in it. The next word we're going to do is the word sack. Sack. Stretch it out. Sack. Sack. What do you hear? Sack. Tap it on your fingers. Sack. Sack. And for our final word, the word is stick. Stick. Let's see if we can segment and figure out those phonemes. Ick, st, ick. I heard 4 phonemes. Let's tap them on our fingers. St, ick, stick. The word was stick, and stick had 4 phonemes. Great job with your segmenting. Give yourself a high five. Let's go do some visual drill practice.
All right, readers, now it's time for our visual drill practice. When you see the letter pop up, I want you to tell me what sound that letter spells. For example, if you see the letter B pop up, you would say B spells B. Are you ready? Let's fly.
This is a lowercase letter F, and this is also a lowercase letter F. What does it spell when we see 2 lowercase letter F's next to each other? It makes the sound exactly like you might see in this word. F-L-U-F-F spells fluff. F-F spells This is the letter F. And what does the letter F spell? The letter F spells The letter F spells like in the beginning of the word feather. Feather. This is the lowercase letter L. Exactly. And this is also a lowercase letter L. And when they're next to each other, they make the sound ul, ul. If we put these letters in front, we get the word ul, pull. So LL spells ul. This is the letter L. And what does the letter L spell? The letter L spells ul. The letter L spells ul, like in the beginning of the word lion. This is the lowercase letter S, and this is also the lowercase letter S. What sound does it make when 2 lowercase letter S's are next to each other? We get the sound S. SS spells S, like you might see at the end of this word. B-O-S-S, boss, boss. SS spells S. This is the lowercase letter Z, exactly. And this is also the lowercase letter Z. And what sound does ZZ make? ZZ spells Z, Z, like you might see in this word. Fuzz, fuzz. ZZ spells Z. This is the letter Z. What does Z spell? Z spells Z. Z spells Z, like in the word zebra. This is the letter S. And what does the letter S spell? The letter S spells S. The letter S spells S, like in the beginning of the word snake. This is also the letter S. And the letter S also spells Z. The letter S also spells Z, like in the word music, music. This is the uppercase letter U, exactly. And this is the lowercase letter u. And what does the letter U spell? The letter U spells up. The letter U spells up, like in the beginning of the word umbrella. This is the uppercase letter E, and this is the lowercase letter e. And the letter E spells E. The letter E spells E, like in the beginning of the word elephant. This is the uppercase letter I, and this is the lowercase letter I. And what does the letter I spell? The letter I spells I, like in the beginning of the word inchworm. Inchworm. This is the uppercase letter O, and this is the lowercase letter O. And what does the letter O spell? The letter O spells aw. The letter O spells aw, like in the beginning of the word otter. Otter. This is the letter A, the uppercase A, and this is the lowercase a. And what is the short sound that the letter A spells? The letter A spells ah. The letter A spells ah, like in the beginning of the word astronaut. It's time now for our auditory drill.
All right, readers, now it's time for our auditory drill practice. Make sure you have something to write with and that your writing surface is all set up. Mrs. Gardner is going to say a sound. Listen super carefully, and then I'd like you to write the letter that spells that sound. For example, if Mrs. Gardner says, then you're going to write the letter M. Got it? Are you ready? Let's get started.
Please write the letter that makes the sound Please write the letter that makes the sound The letter U makes the sound We can write an uppercase U and a lowercase u. The letter U makes the sound Please write the letter that makes the sound E. Write the letter that makes the sound E. The letter E makes the sound E. I'm going to write an uppercase E and also a lowercase e. The letter E makes the sound E. Please write the letter that makes the sound I. Write the letter that makes the sound I. The letter I makes the sound I. Here's an uppercase I, and let's write a lowercase I. The letter I makes the sound I. Please write the letter that makes the sound aw. Write the letter that makes the sound aw. The uppercase letter O makes the sound aw, and let's also write a lowercase letter O. O makes the sound aw. Please write the letter that makes the sound ah. Write the letter that makes the sound ah. The uppercase A makes the sound ah, and we can also write the lowercase a. Please write those letters, the uppercase and the lowercase a, and the letter A makes the sound ah. Please write the letter that makes the sound f. Please write the letter or letters that make the sound f. Sometimes we see the letter F by itself making the f sound, like in the word fun. And sometimes we see the double F, the two F's together, making the f sound, like in the word off, off. F and double F both make the sound f. Please write the letters that make the sound l. Write the letters that make the sound l. Sometimes we see the letter L by itself making the L sound, like in the word lip, lip. And sometimes we see a double L making the L sound, like in the word pill. Both L by itself and the double L make the L sound. Please write the letters that make the sound S. Write the letters that make the sound S. Sometimes we see the letter S by itself making the S sound, like in the word sap. And sometimes we see double S's, two S's together at the end of a word, making the S sound, like in the word pass. Both the single S and the double S make the S sound. Please write the letters that make the sound Z. Please write the letters that make the sound Z. One of the letters that makes the Z sound is the letter S. We see the letter S making the Z sound at the end of the word as. Sometimes we see the letter Z in that Z sound, like in the word zip. And sometimes we see double Z's, two Z's, making the Z sound, like in the word fuzz. All three of these graphemes make the phoneme Z. Let's finish up with our blending drill. All right, we've got our blending board, and we've got our medials, A, O, U, our final, just double L, and our S to add on to the end. And I just figured I'd bring these all in one by one because we have so many initial sounds we're working with. All right, we're working with B. We're working with F, B, F, M. We've got P. We've got We've got T and SM and ST and TR and STR. Whoa, it's a lot, right? Like so many beginning sounds in our initial area. We have, let's see, 3 by 3 is 9 plus 1. We've got 10 beginning sounds. So let's get started and see how we're going to use these sounds. First off, let's make the word rolls. Like, I like cinnamon rolls because they smell so good. Rolls. And we have the S making the Z sound because the is voiced. Can you feel the rolls? Now, taking off that R and putting a P in the beginning, the word becomes poles. I'm going to take off the P, now we've got ols, and I'm going to add TR, and we get trolls. Take off that S, the word is what now? The word is troll, like a single troll under the bridge. Now we are going to take off the TR and put our STR on, and what's the word now? The word is, we can even scoot it over, the word is stroll. Stroll is sort of a lovely way to describe a walk. I'm going to go on a stroll. It's not an intense walk. It's like a calm, leisurely walk, a stroll. So after stroll, we can put our TR back on and we have troll. We can take off our TR and put just our T. And the word is what? The word is toll. Now if I take off my O, add an A there, I get what? I get tall. Yeah, see me? I'm growing right in front of you. So tall. I am actually pretty tall, although I think I'm shrinking. Oh well. Not going to worry about that right now. So if we take off our T and we add our ST, it is stall. Like you might go to the farmer's market and see the different fruit and vegetable stalls. Okay, ST swapped out with SM becomes small. How do I change small to mall? Mall. I'm going to take off my SM, add an M, and the word becomes mall. Now I'm going to swap out M for F, and I get the word fall. Like, careful, don't fall over on those roller skates. If I take off the A and add a U, that sound, the word is full. Full. I just went to the gas station and my tank is full. What happens if I take off the F and I put a P in the beginning? The word becomes pull. Like I'm pulling so hard, pull. And I'd like to change pull to bull, like an animal that has two little horns. So we're going to take off the P and add a B, and we get the word bull. Like that is often the word used to describe a male cow is a bull, just like a male chicken is a rooster. Did you know that? Okay, so bull can become ball if we swap out the U for an A, ball. And then what happens if we just take off that B? Gosh, we got so many over here. Tidy them up. We get the word all. And guess what? We're all done with our blending board. So I'll put this away and this away. And my goodness, let's see how many initial we have to work with tomorrow. That was a lot of initial sounds.
With every sound you soar, you fly.